Hi, everyone. I hope you have a great Halloween and a wonderful weekend. It's a great weekend to socialize and to get out there and consume the last bits of lighthearted and creative energy that's coming into our to the collective and hence our system. So just live it up, soak it in, enjoy yourself. As we move into November, we can still enjoy ourselves. Don't get me wrong. We can still move about the cabin, have creative projects, do things we want to do. But the energy is going to become probably by the first week of the month intense. Now, intensity can also translate to passion. I'm expecting extraordinary relationship activity in November, meaning relationships will dominate people's lives, or we'll find that how we're interacting with folks, whether it's personally or professionally, will make or break how we feel about our lives throughout the month. Now, that isn't that relationships aren't always key, but I think we'll see more conflict versus resolution, conflict, resolution, conflict versus resolution. We're going to see those two extremes. So it just has that passion feeling. And the best way I can describe it is kind of like when people get into an argument and then they make up and it feels so good to not be in that place of combativeness any longer. It's not the only vibrate. That's just an example. It's not the only way this can play out, but mostly it's the intensity of the month. And I think when we're in an intense pattern, it does make it a little more difficult to move things forward, to move energy around, because every little movement takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot. So this is November for us. As we get to the end of November, it lightens up. And then, of course, I'll do December next month. But December is very choppy. So that should be interesting for a lot of different reasons, bouncing around from one extreme to the other, but there's a lot more space in December. So I'll talk about that at the end of November. But as we come into November, just use this time to be thoughtful and definitive about the things you want to devote yourself to. But it is a great relationship month, a month for relationships to either get on track or get out. It's like there's not much in between. And that's going to signal some pretty happy moments for a lot of you. So that's what it looks like. But this weekend looks really, really good. Now, before I move on here, I want to talk to you about the magazine, which is going to be called Soulful Success. And of course, it will be spiritually based, and I'm currently in the process of securing people for the first covers and such like that. That will be my role to bring in some notable personalities to begin with so we get some traction on the magazine. But what I also need are writers, people. There'll be probably 10 articles a month that I would like from contributing writers. You can do it ongoingly or just as you would like to contribute. And anything in the personal wellness space, anything in the spiritual space, the intuitive space, I just want people to have a voice and a place to have that voice. I had someone reach out to me yesterday and said, well, I have some poetry. Yeah, good. I'm going to have a monthly astrology column in there. I'm not going to write it, but I'm going to have some contributors for that. So we'll have a very lovely astrology, which will be a fantastic astrology forecast. I know a lot of great astrologers, but we're going to really get good stuff in there and, have some fun things in there as well. I've begun to assemble the board of directors. I could use at least one more person. And a board of directors, we just really have to meet once a year, to tell you the truth. If we meet quarterly, great. But it's just so that I can maintain a nonprofit status. And for those of you who aren't aware of it, if there are proceeds to the magazine beyond the day-to-day running of it, this is really just going to go to people with food insecurity. That means different food banks, different, organizations. It doesn't matter where they are in the state of Washington, where I live, or other places around around the country. I will take a list. I don't know how much extra there will be. I really do not. But that will be my goal, and or foster kids who are aging out of the system. It's a little bit more difficult to find these programs to donate to. Sometimes it's more of an individual person, but that'll be determined at a later date. So that's happening, and then what else should I comment on here? I think that's most of it. And again, the magazine is Soulful Success. It's going to be heart-centered, of course, spiritually grounded, but there'll be a lot of practical tips and tools that are infused into the magazine as well. Meanwhile, have a great Halloween. Have a wonderful weekend. Live it up. It's the time to have some great, playful, childlike fun. All right, my friends, have a great weekend. And of course, reach out if you have any questions about any of this or, of course, the magazine. Take care.